in Peru, the biggest city in northern Peru, just about on the coast. It's an interesting place, and it is a place of high excitement in anticipation of the Peruvians kicking their first ball in this championship. Handshakes between the two sets of players. It's interesting, and it's a great exercise. They've all been staying in the same hotel, all 4 teams in this group staying in the same hotel. Here's the Peruvian team to look out for. Gianfranco Castellanos in goal, Josepimir Ballon, and the number 15, Miguel Cardenas, is perhaps the star player of this Peruvian side, the man you really should keep your eye on. Miguel Cardenas, the midfielder. Lots of good things will be emanating from him, or at least the Peruvians will be hoping that is the case. This is a Ghana team that certainly doesn't lack talent. These are very good young players coming through the ranks as well. The number 9, Opoko Adjumang, 4 goals in the African Championships. They call him the serial scorer. He could be a real danger for the Peruvians tonight. And Emmanuel Ansong, the number 12 there as well, the captain. He's very much a rock at the back, and we see him shaking hands with his opposite number, Christian Ramos, and just explaining to the referee 1 or 2 things as well tonight before we get things underway. The referee is Belgian, Frank de Blaquera, and his 2 Belgian assistants, Mark Simons and Peter Hermans. Horacio Elizondo, by the way, from Argentina, will be the 4th official of the night as well. So we're almost underway. 1 game already played. China-Costa Rica sharing the spoils in a 1-1 draw that also saw one of the Chinese players sent off, maybe a little harshly as well. So that was were the talking points so far tonight, but this has been the only subject of conversation in this city for the past week or 2. This game, Peru against Ghana, it's a sellout in the Mansichi Stadium, and we're about to get underway. So the South American hosts kicking off their first game in Group A. Peru against the African giants Ghana, who would have come here as possibly African champions were it not for a very controversial goal in the final game of their championships against Gambia. They'll be hoping to put that behind them and success in front of them, and having to defend here at the moment as well. This is a bright start by the Peruvians, who are wearing their traditional white shirts with a red sash, by the way, in case you're not familiar with it, and the Ghanaians all in yellow. It's aimed forward, but easily out of play, and it'll be a goal kick. Jesus Ray, the young man who tried to follow it up, and Nana Bonsu in goal for Ghana, plays with Zaytuna. Looking for a big left-footed clearance, and that is a big left-footed clearance as well, up and beyond the halfway line. Header out is by Tego. Bit of looseness in defence, almost allowing Adjumang in, but recovery here from Peru. And a chance to clear again. It's taken down on the chest of Chavez. Right is Laura. Right by Flores. A little appreciation ripples around the crowd by the skills from Zambrano as he clears it up towards the edge of the penalty area. Touch back by Chavez. It's already been played at a pace, this game. Here's Ballon. Espejo. Left-hand side. Little chip forward again. Cardenas. Taking it down with the delivery. Onto the chest of Ray. Turns it nicely. Here's a chance, but it wasn't hit with any real power by Chavez, and a simple take by Bonzo. But boy, has that lifted things. Cry of Peru, Peru, echoing around this full ground. Wakasa for Ghana. Adjumang. About keeping his feet there, David Telfer. No story behind his name, particularly David Telfer. It's an anglicised name, but it goes back to the colonisation of Ghana by the British centuries ago. Header forward by Flores. Picked up here by Telfer again. And hammered downfield by Wakaso. Now here's where they can show a little bit of pace here on the attack. Bukari has support in the middle from Adjamang, and he went for goal himself, did Bukari. Flashed it in. Not too far wide. Goal kick for Peru, which will be taken by Castellanos. Up by Danso. Free kick. Another whistle from the Belgian referee, giving the Peruvians a decent position here as well. Cardenas will take it. And urged on by the capacity crowd as well, as Cardenas lifts it into the middle. Easily away by Tego. Tego again, he's been asked to work, and thumps another big ball downfield. Tego once again. Flores didn't quite fall for A. There's the Peruvian coach, Jose Pavoni. He's Argentinian, by the way. 50 years of age. Was Ramon Diaz's assistant at River Plate, if you watch your South American football, when they won the 1996 Copa Libertadores. And that's going to be a goal kick for Peru. Well, there's no hurry here, is there, from young Castellanos? It's as if he's got all the time in the world. The foul was on Ray, committed by Tego. Hit long and deep. Free kick struck by Ballon. Away by the Ghanaian defence, and a chance now possibly for one of their bright counter-attacks. They're another of these teams who does like to play on the break with a great deal of pace. They can rip sides apart at times. Telfer. Here's Boateng. Lifted forward. Jamang was the intended target, but it's not a good ball. And David Duncan a little frustrated. One of the most promising coaches in Ghana. Several of their Premier League clubs are interested in his services, he was telling me yesterday. But he has to make sure the structures are right at each of the clubs if he is to choose any of them, and he's not convinced they are. Watch this space for his future. Long hit by Wakaso. Espejo with the header, but that's sloppy from him. There's Appiah. Chased down by Ansong. Throw in for Ghana. That's a swirling cross as well. Whipped in and had to be dealt with by the defence. It was eked away. Ballon, the defender, just up near Ballon. Throw in for Ghana. It's going to be a long one, but it's, oh dear. Well, there was no real danger there, but Zambrano decided he had to get rid, and he sliced it away for a corner kick, so there's a little extra pressure on, and perhaps there needn't be. And a chance for them to strike again, as it's hammered in by Telfer, but easily dealt with, repelled and away. Wakaso. Jumang with the attempted back heel. It came last off Chavez, so it'll be a throw-in for Peru. Wakaso. Bukhari holding them off. Back to Wakaso again. Telfer strikes it wide. A little push forward by Ansong. Couldn't quite deliver there, Kudapia, so it'll be a throw-in as it came in off the legs of the shins of the defender Peixoto. Red by Zambrano. Here's Tego. Again, a little sloppy in Espaco. He's able to bring it away, but the pass was not good. Castellanos has only found touch with a clearing kick. Two ways this could go for Peru, really, with this big crowd passionately behind them. They could either be lifted considerably and play above themselves, and they will really realistically need to play above themselves to make proper progress in this competition. Otherwise, they might just find themselves bowed under the pressure of expectation, because they are expecting an awful lot, the locals. Laura launches it long. Get another chance here as well. Laura has a look. Little touch by Chavez and tries to turn, but nibbled away by Wakaso. Well, that'll be a free kick, and it'll be the first booking as well of the night. Oh, it's straight red! It's a straight red card. Mubarak Wakaso is off the field. He cannot believe it. Simply cannot believe it. But Ghana, within the opening 10 minutes of the game, are reduced to 10 men. What an advantage Peru are suddenly handed. Wakaso walks away disconsolate. Well, it's the second red card of this group, because we saw one in the first game, and here's the second. Well, he went flying in, but he got the ball. Maybe the studs were showing. And maybe you might class that as a two-footed challenge. But Wakaso is led away, if not quite in tears, then close to it. Down the tunnel he goes. And with him, do Ghana's hopes go too? Or can they rally with only 10 men on the field? Free kick swung over. Tumble in the box, but no penalty. Jesus Ray has a look at the referee, but he's not going to give it. And Ray now chases this. Oh, and then he is brought down. And this time it is a penalty, and it's a yellow card for Bonsa. Well, it's all happening at the start of this game. Within seconds of the Ghanaians being reduced to 10, they now have conceded a penalty. Jesus Ray thought he should have had one for the first challenge, wasn't given it. Somehow the ball came back in the box, he went chasing after it, and the goalkeeper came out and pulled him down. Maybe just the slightest touch. Well, yeah, there was contact. You can't complain, can you, if you are the goalkeeper? The ball had gone. Full marks to Ray for his industry, because not long ago he was writhing around on the floor at the other end of the penalty area looking for a penalty. This time it's a legitimate claim. And now his strike partner, Daniel Chavez, will find the weight of responsibility on his shoulders. 12 minutes play. Bonso, having been booked, having conceded the penalty, will be hoping he has a hero's part to play to deny the Peruvian Chavez. The Belgian referee makes sure that everyone is outside the box, marshals it correctly. It only adds to the tension from Chavez's point of view. Up steps Chavez. Oh, the keeper went the right way, and he got a hand on the ball, but he couldn't stop the roll into the back of the net. And Peru, as a nation, is celebrating in Trujillo. They are delighted. Chavez gives his side the lead by 1-0. Well, watch the hit, not the strongest, and the goalkeeper went down, but it just had enough power to roll over his arm. Well read by the keeper. At the end of the day, you have to stay. Good strike by Chavez to give his side that 1-0 lead. And it's relief as much as anything. Meantime, well, this will lift the Peruvians no end. Laura, elbows and knees pumping as he tried to get on the end of that. There's a little bit of trouble here as well. Look at the energy that the Peruvians are showing at the moment. Buoyed by the atmosphere in the lead. Laura takes it on the outside of Opong, but took it just a little too far in the end. And it will be a goal kick and a chance for some light relief for the Ghanaians, because they have been under the cosh here so far. Came into this tournament with such high expectations. The winners of the Under-17 World Championship back in 91 and 95, and finalists in 93 and 97, so those were glorious years. But since making the finals in 1999 in New Zealand, there hasn't been a Ghanaian presence at each of the succeeding Under-17s Championship. David Duncan, the coach, has brought them back to where they feel they belong on this world stage. But they're just under the cosh at the moment. Here's Boateng. Telfer just left it a little short, so Opong had more work to do than he fancied, but he's done it well. Wins it back from Flores. Here's Appiah. Chased by Adjumang, but it's our last cause. And Song blasted across, straight into the chest of Zambrano. His frame getting in the way of it. Not overcommitted in the penalty area, just 3, now 4 yellow-shirted Ghanaian players in there. Over it swung. It's deep as well. Had the beating of the goalkeeper, and Opong was on the far post waiting for it, but couldn't get it back. Too many bodies in the way in the end. Well, what a start to the game. Opening 12 minutes has provided us with no end of incident. The sending off, and the penalty, and then the goal. And the Peruvians are flying just at the moment, and nice touch getting Chavez in his tracks. Here's Jesus Ray. And so Ray trying to slide it in for Chavez. A sudden burst of expectation from the Peruvian fans, who thought that was a good ball, but it was just overhit, and the clearance by Nonso, the long ball downfield, drifts rather aimlessly out of play. Pexiotto will take the throw. Pexiotto again. Aim for Ray, but drifting over him. There's David Duncan. A lot of thinking to do already in the game, just changing the shape of his side and thinking about who fills in where, and by the looks of it, a substitution is on its way as well. Boateng puts it wide. Here's Tego. Adjumang is being held from behind as he took possession, so the free kick for the African side. Now, is the referee going to allow the substitution before the free kick can be taken? We'll know in just a second. I don't think he knows that the Ghanaians want to make a substitution, so it'll be the free kick first. Over it comes, it's gone for goal! My word! There was confidence. And it hits the roof of the net. All the two in the crowd think that went in, I think, judging by the stunned silence, but it was over the top. And now we are going to get the first substitution as well. Appiah is the player to come off. And in his place is Jonathan Quartic. He's a central midfielder, is Quartic, so looking to shore things up down the middle, no doubt. In the absence of the 11th man. Appiah away, and Quartic, who plays with the Heart of Lions in the reserves of that Premier Division team, comes onto the field for his first taste of this championship.
Player number
There's Ray.
18, George Piat.
And again, just lost his footing for a moment.
Number 11, Jonathan.
Chased by Bakari. Support from behind if he needs it from Tego. Here comes Tego. Little push and run. Tego down to the byline. He'll get a corner kick. So he's done well. Plays with a delightfully named Chance for Children club, James Tego. Which is very much what football is all about in Ghana. A lot of the footballers we're watching tonight in the yellow, former street kids thrown out of their homes, found salvation in football. And here with a corner, which is punched away by Castellanos, but it'll be another chance. Pressure remains, that's not dealt with. It's a decent cross, oh my word. A header from Flores, I think it was. Wasn't far off, troubling his own goalkeeper. Flores has a look around as if to say, what happened then? You nearly scored, son. That's what happened. That would have been one to remember. Corner again for Boateng to take. Again, he's got plenty of swirl, and the goalkeeper's really struggling with that. And by hook or by crook, they managed to get it away, but that will have been noted by the coach of Ghana, no doubt, Castellanos, on the high crosses. Not confident. Ray. Laura skips away from the challenge of Tego. That's poor ball by Chavez there, and don't the crowd let him know. David Telfer with a throw in. A little push from behind by Christian Laura. Sporting Crystal, Christian Laura. Former club of Norberto Solano, of course. Here's Tego. Oh, and it's a decent bounce as well, but the angle is very tight from Adjumang. Has to take it wider still. Where was the goalkeeper? Committed himself totally. And had that gone to a Ghanaian player, that would have been a goal. Back it comes, and the goalkeeper will be pleased that his defenders have done a job this time. Lifts the growing pressure on him. Bukhari spreading it wide. Bukhari with a touch, and he'll get it again here. Oh, it's a real mix-up in the middle, and Adjumang twice there, couldn't quite find the balance or the poise to get a strike on goal. Scare-em stuff at the back for Peru. They are not defending with any real authority at the moment, and they'll be happy to see that disappear for a goal kick. 21 minutes played, and already this crowd has had its money's worth for incident. There's Bukhari with a shot. Adjumang couldn't quite get there. Gianfranco Castellanos just trying to gather in what confidence he can, and tries to let it grow, no doubt. Malon. Ray. Malon. Just being overrun in midfield a little, but somehow with a deft series of touches they are able to keep possession. Telfer watching it back to his goalkeeper Bonso, who in turn rolls it out to Telfer. Adjumang. Oh, and it's going to be another yellow card. Kicking the ball away, I think that was. Just a little bit of petulance shown by Cardenas. 2 yellows and a red. Card count's already building up. That's going to be a shot from distance. You could see what he was going to do there from a long way out, Jonathan Quarty. A latecomer to proceedings, having come on from the bench. He's taken up a position at central defence, by the way, Quarty. The Argentinian Jose Pavonic will be very happy with the way his side has started the game. Laura. Well, again, they managed to bustle the ball forward, and Laura's still going. It's rolled on for Ray. Ray in the middle. If he looks up, we'll see that Chavez is waiting. It's back instead to Flores, who just carried it out of play. Better by Tego. And again, a bustling challenge, this time from Zambrano. Well, the way the referee has shown the yellow card so far, he needs to be just a little cautious, otherwise he will be cautioned. The referee having a word with both of them. Cut it out, he's saying. Just leave it alone. Whatever language he's speaking, it's not easy to understand, is it? Here's Danso. Flores, lost out almost. Laura. Telfer. You don't see this game finishing at 1-0, do you? The Peruvians with their extra man and their buoyed confidence, and the Ghanaians knowing that they're up against what seems to be a fairly brittle defence. Again, just so simply and easily given away, and Tego able to settle back on it. Chavez back to Flores, and Chavez has taken up the running once again. Flores forward, Ray's after it. Danso's there too, and well done, Ernest Danso, just putting himself between the ball and the man, and making sure his side get a goal kick. Well, that's not a good touch again. Boateng. Square ball to Tego. It was offered to Peixoto, and he took the invitation, but then isn't able to take it any further. Quarty was in his way. Anson with the throw. Anson with a push, and then collects a... Oh, he didn't collect because Oppong's touch back to him was more than a touch. It was rather heavily hidden. Bukhari's doing well here. Cardenas stepping in. Here's Ray. Chance to attack again now. Well, that's a wonderful ball through for Chavez to take on his left foot. Good save by the goalkeeper, Nonso. Chavez close to his second. And it was a wonderful opportunity. But he found a goalkeeper that was more than his match on that occasion. It's a chance that's provoked the chanting of Peru again. Here we go. Goalkeeper well behind it. Boateng with a harrying midfield play. Here he is again, Boateng. Adjumang tried to turn his man, and as he did, he was pulled down by Christian Lora. So it's another free kick for Ghana in what is another interesting position here. Just on the edge of the penalty area, left-hand side, 2 men in the wall, required by the goalkeeper Castellanos. Now, do they go for goal from here, or do they just whip one over? The angle is not the best if they were to strike. Tego is poised. Telfer's there too. It's going to be square to Tego, who sends one in. Just again brushing the far post. Was that just me, or was there a certain lack of urgency about the goalkeeper there? Might that have crept in at the near post? Had it been on target? Well, have a look at this. Well, maybe the goalkeeper had it read all the way that it was going wide. It's another free kick for the Ghanaians. They're not going to be allowed to take it from there. Ray gets in the way. Forward by Anson. Good strong run by Adjumang. Here's Ray. Needs to hold it up. Throw is hoisted long. Chavez had left his player for the moment, but the recovery was swift, and it'll be another free kick. Every time the ball is launched inside the Peruvian half, it's almost as if they don't know how to deal with the two strikers, Chavez and rather Bukhari and Adjumang, and quite a few needless fouls. 30 minutes played, still that 1-0 lead for Peru, courtesy of the penalty by Chavez back in the 12th minute. But don't forget that the Peruvians are up by a man as well. Ghana having had a player sent off. And again it's a shot from distance by Quartek. There's going to come a point, I'm sure, when the coach will send on the message, look son, don't keep trying that, because you're not getting any closer. That's twice now Quartek has gone from a good 30-40 yards and not got anywhere near troubling the goalkeeper. Castellanos with the boot clear. It was the head of Boateng that made the contact, but it's the Peruvians who have possession. Here's Ray. No flag, he's onside. And it'll be a throw-in. Little ripple of appreciation again ringing around this Mansiche Stadium. They are a polite audience, and they are an enthused audience with what's been happening so far. It's Lora with a throw, launched long, and this will be a corner kick because it was off the head of Emmanuel Ansong last. I think this is the first corner of the night for Peru as well. Yes, it is. 4-0 so far. Cardenas is up to take. Goalkeeper came flying out. Well met by Bonsu. Totally committed from the moment the ball left the foot of the corner taker. Ballon. And so with a header. Well kept in play. Little touch forward by Cardenas, who was looking for the return ball from Chavez, but it didn't come. Oh, complete miss hit again at the back. They're living on their nerves in the final quarter of the half. Are Peru. But now they have a free kick for the foul on Carinas. Hurts, doesn't it? Hit long by Flores. Espejo is up there. Partido with a header, with the ball back in, looking for the header of Ray. Somehow, again, that was just scrambled away. And now Angiamang is on the chase. And this spells a little bit of trouble. The clearance is not good because it's fallen for Bukari. Through to Angiamang, who's offside. I think he knew it, took the tumble, and maybe hoping that a penalty claim would mask the offside decision, but referee wasn't fooled. Yeah, it's off by a couple of yards. And he didn't have to see the flag being raised to know that that was never going to be a goal-scoring opportunity. Here's Ray. There's lots of support, but Shoto is the man there with a cross. It's up and away by Ansong. Still, there's danger here. Not now. And temporarily, it was away by Danso, but had that ball not run away from the despairing lunge of Christian Laura, there might have been even more problems for Ghana to deal with. As it is, they'll have a throw in. Not in the most comfortable position on the ground either, although that did come off Ray, so that eases a bit of the problem. Bukari. Good play by Laura. And so hooks it clear. The bounce is kind for Opong. Well, it's just about kept in again. And here comes Chavez down that left-hand side, looking for the cross, and Ray with a header. Oh, the goalkeeper at the second attempt grabs a hold of it. He's absolutely furious with his defence. Jesus Ray just trying to cushion it in when a little more power might have really troubled the goalkeeper. But it's another cause for encouragement for the locals. Just try to just cushion it, glance it in when had he gone for power, he might have found the back of the net. Ray again. Chavez just stepping out of the way, but Ray couldn't stop himself carrying it out of play. Just about 10 minutes of the half remaining. It's been Peru's night so far tonight. It was mishit badly by Ballon. Peixoto is there to help out his teammate, but still finds himself in a tight position. Oh, and they've given it away again. Bukari waiting in the middle. Bukari! Such a golden opportunity, but he failed to deliver. Well, he knows that it was a great chance to get his side back on level terms. Once he got it under control here, oh, look how the defender was completely lost there. Again, some poor defending. Delivered across by Adjiamang, and look where the defender goes here. He goes run around. Doesn't know what's happening, and it leaves a chance for Akari to have the shot, but couldn't find the target. Plenty waiting in the middle again. It's Flores who picks it up, just lost his footing a little, just slid a little, but has battled well and gets his strike in on goal. Oh, what a goal that would have been. Instead it's a tip over the bar by Nana Bonsa. Didn't feel comfortable in catching that. So close to the underside of his crossbar that he felt the only safe thing to do was palm it away. Well, it's a real bonus, this. The corner comes over. Now we see the replay again. The corner has just drifted towards Partido. And that was a disappointing cross. Bacardi's playing it forward well. Strike by Ansong. Was a good distance off target. Worth mentioning, by the way, if this is the first match you've seen in these particular championships, that we're playing with a new technology in this competition. The chip in the ball is being tested out at this Under-17s championship. The referee is wired up so that if there is a situation where he's not sure whether the ball has crossed the goal line or not, technology will tell him via a signal to a watch on his arm whether that ball has gone in or has stayed out. It's very clever. And if successful here, who knows? Maybe we'll see it used in many more competitions as well worldwide. Tego down the line for Bacardi. His strike partner Adjumang is in the middle, but it's lifted long and left and falls for Telfa, who again just tried to jab it forward, but without any great success, and Castellanos with a tumbling catch. 5 minutes of the half remaining. Peru still very happy with where they are, but not happy with that clearance from the goalkeeper, who's showing his frailties again. Opong, after the driving run, will get a throw in. Opong again, off the chest of the defender Peixoto, so it's a corner. Here's a chance. Corner for Garda. 4 minutes of the half remaining. Swung towards a goalkeeper who's not shown himself overconfident tonight, but under no real pressure is safely able to gather that one in. Bellon's clearance almost springing into the step of Sedat Bacardi. Ballon. Here's Peixoto. Beyond Ray. Big boot by Bonso again. Almost reached the opposition penalty area. In fact, would have reached it had it not been for the header of the defender. Here's Adjumang. Plenty to do with all those defenders surrounding him, so to get a throw in from that will be just about all he could have hoped for. Adjumang looking for the surprise tactic of flicking it over first time, but couldn't get the angle. Now, what's he doing here, Adjumang? Carrying the ball back to the goalkeeper to make sure he gets on with it as quickly as possible, presumably. A little bit of sportsmanship on the behalf of the Ghanaians, but as a means to the end. It means the quicker the game gets on, the more time in this half Ghana have a chance to get an equaliser, and they are favourites to do that just at the moment. It's another free kick. Lots of them given away in this particular area as well. Bukari. And he has been fouled again, much to the distaste of the home fans and James Tego. Telfer to take the free kick. Under 2 minutes of the first half remaining. Oh, and a little header towards a far post. Oh, my word. Could not have been closer. Either going in straight off the head of James Tego, or maybe getting a touch at the far post off one of his teammates. Look at this. Little dinked header. And arriving about a millisecond too late was Samad Opong. The goalkeeper hadn't got a clue where it was. Ray. Chavez trying to make inroads, but losing possession. Jumang working hard to make sure the goalkeeper gets on with it. He chased him right down there, made him pick the ball up and then clear it away. It might fall here for Chavez, but Ansong is able to boot clear. Just a handful of seconds left before we move into stoppage time at the end of this first half. Peruvians more than delighted with the way it's gone. See possession 50-50, which is a tribute really to Ghana, considering that they are down to only 10 men. Watched through by Christian Ramos. 2 minutes of stoppage time to be added at the end of this first half. It'll be the Ghanaians who will be most happy to see that. The more time they have in this first period, the better for them, because they will consider they're on top at the moment, even if they are a man down, and even if they are a goal down as well. But they are pressing hardest.
Additional time, 2 minutes.
Adjumang. Corner kick. So another real chance here. Question of whether Adjumang actually handled the ball on the edge of the penalty area there, but the referee didn't see it that way. It's Tego who's across to take it. 5 teammates to aim for inside the penalty area. Telfer's come across to lend any assistance required, but Tego, I think, is going to handle this by himself. Indeed he is. Over it comes towards the near post. Again a flicked header, and that was a quite blatant handball, which is going to result in another yellow card for Sadat Bukari. Put that down to sheer frustration. Look at this. Flicked header at the near post again, which is what they seem to specialise in, and realising that it was going over, I do apologise, it's Adjumang who's been given the yellow card. Realising he didn't have no chance of actually getting his head on the ball, decided to try to handle it in as well. Chavez dispossessed. Final 10 seconds of the 2 minutes of stoppage time, so this will be the last attack if they can mount it before the referee blows his whistle, and they can't, because the Belgian referee has blown for half time. It's the Peruvians who are on their feet to applaud their side's performance in that first half. They tired, it seemed, as the game went on, which is a little strange given that they have the extra man, but it was the penalty from Chavez that gave them the lead. It followed up the sending off of Wakaso, the Ghanaian left back, It's 11 against 10. It's 1-0 at half-time.
البحث عن الحقيقة هدفنا.
من قال كرة القدم
لا تتناسب؟
من قال؟
أنا أقول
على ما يبدو أن الحكام العرب
يجب أن نحسم هذه العملية داخليا
تحت ضغط الرياح الديمقراطية القادمة من زيورخ،
ولكن لا أحد يعلم بهذا النظام.
لكن في عالمنا العربي الوضع غير.
التنافس مطلوب.
الوقت اللي له معرفة بيخش هذه الأعداء النجاح.
ونحن نعرف أن الفيصل والحكم والسلطان هو الشارع الرياضي.
هذه استثناءات، هذه استثناءات وحالة نادرة.
الشارع الرياضي.
لن نبقى عوانس. مارسنا كرة
أنا
قدم.
أتمنى ذلك، ونحن دائما وأبدا في الانتظار.
الدوري الفرنسي الممتاز 4 مواسم متتالية لم تعرف إلا بطلا واحدا، فهل ستعرف النسخة المقبلة من البطولة الفرنسية بطلا جديدا؟ هذه البطولة التي يتنافس على لقبها 20 فريقا. لقاؤنا المقبل سيتجدد مع الدوري الفرنسي الممتاز ونخبة من أبرز اللاعبين. الدوري الفرنسي الممتاز مباشرة على قنوات ART سبورت.
شاهدوا الجولة القادمة والأخيرة من سباق الموتو كروس يوم السبت على سبورت 4.
الدوري الاسكتلندي الممتاز يتواصل معكم بموسم 2005-2006. 12 نادياً يتنافسون على اللقب. ننقل لكم مباراتين أسبوعياً لأقوى أندية البطولة. الدوري الاسكتلندي الممتاز مباشرة وحصرياً على قنوات سبورت الرياضية.
بطولة أندية أوروبا مباشرة وحصريا على قنوات سبورت الرياضية.
فوز أم هزيمة؟ قوة أم سرعة؟ حلبة المصارعة الحرة تتواصل معكم بأحداثها الانتقامية المثيرة وتحدياتها الرائعة مع برنامج رو. يأتيكم مساء كل خميس في الساعة 20:30 بتوقيت غرينتش، 11:30 مساء بتوقيت السعودية على سبورت 2.
مباريات البوندسليغا برعاية بيبسي.
أقوى الفرق الأفريقية تتسابق، تتنافس، تتصارع للفوز بكأس الاتحاد الأفريقي، أكبر بطولة أفريقية. شاهدها فقط على ART سبورت. شاهدها وساند وشجع الفرق المصرية، الإسماعيلي، المقاولون، مواجهات صعبة، مباريات مثيرة، بطولات في الانتظار، فقط على ART سبورت. اتصل الآن.
آسيا تنتظر بطلها من أنديتها العريقة لتمثيلها في بطولة العالم الثانية للأندية. فمن يكون الفائز بماراثون دوري أبطال آسيا 2005-2006؟ تابعوا مباريات الأدوار النهائية في دوري أبطال آسيا بتغطية فريدة مع كبار المحللين مباشرة على قنوات سبورت.
النسخة الثالثة من دوري أبطال العرب، أقوى لقاءات الذهاب في الدور الأول، 16 مباراة مثيرة في بداية المشوار، منها البنزرتي التونسي والزمالك المصري، الكويت الكويتي والاتحاد السعودي، الاتحاد الليبي والوداد البيضاوي المغربي، الشباب الأردني والنصر السعودي، الزوراء العراقي والقادسية السعودي. مباريات دور الذهاب لدوري أبطال العرب تأتيكم مباشرة وحصرياً على قنوات سبورت.
From the spot the difference between these two sides, and of course to remind you, Ghana are at a disadvantage by 1 in player personnel, sending off in the first half of Wakaso rather harshly, some judges might consider, but it means that this group of players will have to work extra hard in the second half following his decision to send Wakaso for an early bath. But they have shown signs in the first half of Ghana that they are capable of living up to the task of really rising to this situation and pulling a goal back at least. The Peruvians are far from home and hosed just yet. They still have a big 45 minutes ahead of them. Our Belgian referee about to get this second half underway. So away we go, second half of this final game on the opening day of Group A, if you like. Peru against Ghana, the Peruvians leading by that solitary goal, the Chavez penalty, and the Ghanaians up against it because they are also a man short, having had Mubarak Wakaso sent off in the first half as well. Seem to be playing with 3 lines of 3 at the start of this second half, which is rather an attacking option, but then they do have to score the goals. Here's Tego lifting one in, but just over the head of Bukhari and through to the arms of Castellanos, who showed 1 or 2 frailties in that first half, the goalkeeper. A little dodgy on the high cross a couple of times and shaky all round on occasions. It's a long hit. Here's Adjemang. Down on the chest of Tego. Here's Danso. Lifted forward again for Bukhari. And Bukhari almost under control, but then the final touch sending the ball springing towards Gianfranco Castellanos. You have to say, it isn't exactly an atmosphere of real fervour at the moment. The Peruvian supporters, albeit happy with a 1-0 lead, are not exactly shouting the odds and getting behind their side, and their side might need it as the game goes on, because the Ghanaians are still a threat despite being a man short. They have a throw in here. It's going to be taken by Ansong. It drops to Tego, and someone is outside, picks up the pieces here. Not the best of crosses. We're getting very excited half-time, the locals, by the appearance of the pop star and the princess, as it were, the pop hero Pedro Suarez and the Miss World Maria Julia Mantilla, who are walking around the stands and getting plenty of requests for autographs and photographs at half-time. Now it's the young footballers who are looking to make star billing, but they're struggling just at the moment despite leading 1-0. Here's Ray chasing this one down. This might open things up maybe. Ray to the byline, but doesn't quite get there, still being watched rather eagerly and anxiously. Peixoto, high ball, easy take for the goalkeeper, off his shoulder in the end, and a rapid delivery downfield as well. Zambrano high and not too handsome. Throw in for Ghana. worked wide, but then is picked up by Peru again, and here comes Ray. He's fouled. Little look of astonishment by Jonathan Quarty, but it will be a free kick. Little clumsy in the challenge, wasn't he? Espeko. He's got a fair right boot on him. He might go all the way here. In fact, he just chips it towards the far post. That's a good free kick. Great delivery. Chavez was out there. Well worked. Straight off the training ground. Espeko. Chavez somehow getting on behind them all, unnoticed. And it gave him this volleying opportunity, which he struck well, but found the goalkeeper up to it. First real chance of the second half, 4 minutes played. Strong header away by Opong. Chased by Flores, he's done well. Looks to add to his work as well with a cross. Opong lifting it long. Chavez. Good work. Specco couldn't take it any further, and free kick for the foul on Tego. No, they'd certainly take this Peru now if the referee was to offer them to blow the final whistle just at this moment. I think they'd be highly delighted, because there remains that danger of Ghana getting back into the game, even though, we keep saying it, even though they are down to just the 10 men. They're really vibrant at the moment, the Ghanaians, trying to keep the pace of the game as high as they possibly can, keeping the tempo going here. As the ball is lifted back towards the danger zone, but easily cleared, and then the shot from distance was never going to trouble the goalkeeper. Young Telfer. Decided to have a crack. Goalkeeper didn't move. So confident he was that that was always missing the target. Peixoto to take the throw in. Here's Coach Pavoni watching on, the Argentinian in charge of these young Peruvians. Jonathan Quarty, the substitute, the man who was brought on to shore things up following the sending off, sends it a long way downfield. Battling efforts by Opong, but it still falls Peru's way. Quarty almost caught out. Here's Ray. Things are developing here now. Chavez is waiting in the middle. Ray just lets it roll back to Ballon. Ballon aiming it for Chavez. It's going to go out of play for a corner kick, because Quarty was the last to get a touch on the ball. So things looking up for Peru. Ray with a glancing header. Bustled away by Tego. Referee allows play on because the advantage is distinctly with Peru. And still they have it. Here's Flores. Peixoto. Espeko. Drove it in. Hit the defender Tego on the chest. And for a moment, Adjumang thought he had it free and clear, and now he does, because he's ridden the challenge. And Adjumang with great pace. Here's Bukhari. Tries to turn and gets the free kick. feet slid from under him. Well, just as at one stage the focus was at one end of the ground, suddenly it's switched to the other, and a chance now for the Ghanaians to make another impact on the game. 8 minutes of this second half played. Castellanos has organised a three-man wall. Here comes the shot that's driven in from Tego. But again, it was another one that the goalkeeper looked at as if to say, is that the best you could offer? He didn't have to move at all, because from the moment it left Tego's boot, young Castellanos knew that there was never going to be a need for a save. It was always going to be wide of the target again. Battling stuff in midfield, but Ballon is the man who's eventually given away the free kick, so Ghana having a chance to build from just about the halfway line. They can push a few men forward now here. Tests out this Peruvian defence once more. Has looked a little cagey at times. Quarty chips it in. Not dealt with at the first attempt, but it is at the second. And by Danso. But here's Ray. Danso's recovered, well done. Good play by the defender. Opong. Well won back by Flores. Espejo. Ballon. Tried to back heel, almost lost it, but then battled away to win it back once more. Peixoto. That's an intelligent ball, because Laura has got loads of space ahead of him. Decides to hit it first time and early, and the keeper came and punched and didn't get there. Oh, he's hit the post with the shot. My word, what an effort. High fives all around. Espejo. Well, we've got a yellow card here as well. It's all happening. Danso is the man who's been yellow carded. Look at that, it fell for Espejo. He lashed it in. Just hits the post, the goalkeeper wanting there. Oh, right across the line of the goal. Well, celebrating a miss. It's not often you see that. And then amongst all that, Danso was shown the yellow card as well, so that's the third booking of the night for the Ghanaians. Here's Telfer. Strong header by Quarty, which sets things up nicely inside that penalty area again. It was a stumble though from Bukhari, otherwise that could have developed. Here's Ray for Peru, had to be brave, didn't keep possession. Boateng has it now, just tries to slide rule one through. Ray stayed down, by the way, injured. How long before his teammates see that and put the ball out of play? They don't want to, they want to carry on. So now that they've carried on, surely the Ghanaians will have to carry on as well. And meantime, Ray lies on the ground, injured, and Bukhari pressing it forward. Bukhari has beaten one. Oh, and he almost beat the keeper as well, who only half saved, and then it hits the defender in the face and he's out of play. Well, almost a comedy of errors at the back. The crowd don't like it because one of the Peruvian players, Ray, has gone down injured, but to be fair to the Ghanaians, the Peruvians themselves had carried on playing. There's confirmation of the yellow card, by the way, Onis Danso. Look at this striding run, and then he hits the keeper, who lets it go again. So he has another go, falls, and then hits the defender in the face with a ball, and it's eventually out of play for a corner kick. Meantime, Ray will have to hobble to the sidelines before he can rejoin the action. Corner kick for Ghana. They await its arrival in the middle. Well, it was towards the near post, but headed out by Adjumang. We're going to see a substitution here as well. It'll be for Ghana. Abu Bakr is the player who's about to come on, and he's a striker. So whether we'll see Bukhari or Adjumang lifted from the scene, or in fact it's going to be Samad Opong who comes off, which tells you all you need to know about the thinking of David Duncan. He still thinks his side can get back on level terms and should be back on level terms in this game, because it's a forward-thinking player he's throwing on in Awudu Abubakar. Have to be careful at the back at the same time though, and they're not being over careful here because Ray stepped in again. And then he can't keep it in play. Here's Boateng. Little push, so it'll be another free kick. One for his side by Opoku Adjumang. Push was by Lora. Free kick's taken. Not to any great effect. It's easily through to Gianfranco Castellanos again. And again, he's in no rush, is he? Has to be forced to pick the ball up by Bukhari running forward and making him do just that. And that is a reflection of what Peru think of the state of the game at the moment. That 1-0 lead will do very nicely, thank you.
Substitution for Ghana. Player number 8, Samad Opong, is replaced by player number 15, Awudu Abubakar.
Peixoto. A bit of movement here now. That's a good ball in the middle as well, but it's just beyond the extended foot. Espejo. And they want the ball back, and the Peruvian coach is not happy to give it him back. And to get it back quickly, Tego came dashing across. The fourth official was getting involved there as well, the Argentinian fourth official. But watch this, the Peruvian coach just grabbed hold of the ball, there it is. The Peruvian coach just didn't want to give it back. Tego. Again and forward by Telfer, and the run by Ansong has been continued, and so he can deliver the cross, and it's almost an own goal. It is an own goal. It is turned into the back of the net. It's a disastrous moment. Miguel Cardenas couldn't do anything about that. The cross was overhit, but Cardenas at the far post was able only to steer it into the back of his own net. The goalkeeper simply couldn't do anything about that. Just one of those moments that happen in football. It'll be to the eternal embarrassment of Miguel Cardenas. But it means that Ghana are back level again. No problems there. Cardenas is just arriving. Suddenly the ball arrived at him, and well, he just simply couldn't stop himself sticking the foot out. And the goalkeeper, despite getting a hand to it, couldn't push it away. What an awful moment for the youngster, but what a great moment for Ghana. They're back in it again, 1-1.
Number 14, Jesus Ray, is replaced by player number 11, Javier Carnero.
Well, it wasn't exactly an atmosphere that was bubbling over before, but it has certainly silenced a little now after that clumsy touch from Cardenas. Oh, that really will lift the Ghanaian spirits. Suddenly they will feel that they can get the victory they expected out of this game, even though they did have that man sent off in the first half. Substitution, Carnero has gone on, and Jesus Rey is the man who's gone off. And here comes the free kick. Oh, it was Chavez who was closest to getting a touch, but Nonso just got there ahead of him, the goalkeeper. Carnero is a striker, by the way, so it is a straight like-for-like swap between those two players. Rey, who got the injury earlier, and Carnero, who's replaced him. Done well to lose his marker here, Adjumang. Down to the byline, hits it across, but the keeper solidly just about behind that. Lola. Cardenas, the goal scorer, at the wrong end. That's a good ball, and the freshest pair of legs of them all. Javier Carnero went chasing after it, but Bonsu had it read. Laura will take the throw. 20 minutes of the second half played. All square again. Abubakar. One for Adjumang. Good challenge by the skipper Ramos. Now they want to get on with it. Laura. Again, it's a foul. Again, it's a free kick for Ghana, just about 10 yards inside the Peruvian half. It's struck quickly. Bukhari has gone chasing after it. Has to hold it up because there are not too many yellow-shirted players up there in support. Now there are. Coming up with a little more haste. It's Tego out to the right-hand side, where Ansong tries to take it on, but again closed down and cleared away. And left go the speedy legs of Carnero in hot pursuit, but never close enough. Choto to take the throw. That's just lashed high in anywhere. Chavez tries to watch it come down, but it will be a corner kick for the Peruvians. So another moment of encouragement for them, having just conceded the goal. One or two of their big men are advancing forward here as well. The central defender Ramos, the skipper, has gone up there to join the aerial pursuit of a second goal for Peru. Over it's flicked. Easily dealt with. Long by Cardenas. Chavez is trying to get on it, but good job done by Jonathan Quarty. The goal kick taken quickly. They're still anxious to keep the pace of the game as high as they possibly can here, Ghana. Here's Tego. Ansong. The run has been made by Bukhari. Defender Ramos was across very quickly and kept it in play, but then almost lost it again to Bukhari. Has support though. Hit long by Especchio. Over the head of Carnero. Boateng. Abubakar. Oh, a few flying boots there. Laura's gone down in a crumpled heap, and hardly surprising. I think he's just had a look at the referee to see if he's noticed if he's got the free kick. He's going to be okay, isn't he? It's like another substitution is being planned here, possibly. It's Messarina, who's stripped and ready for action. The young right wing back. David Duncan still has a bit of reorganising of his team to be done. Laura hobbles off. For how long, we'll have to wait and see. I think the indications are that he's had his time, that in fact this is the end of his game. That Laura is finished for the night, and I think we're going to see that confirmed now, because the substitution is being made and Christian Laura is the man who will come off, and like for like, Jose Messarina will replace him.
Substitution for Peru. Player number
Here's Bukhari.
4, Christian Laura, is replaced by José Messarina.
And Song arching his back and sending it long, but there were plenty of Peruvian defenders back. Now you can take it from that position. Here he is again, Carnero, but just rolling away from him, and Danso is there to sweep it up. Well, that's poor, and suddenly it gives Ghana an opportunity to bring it forward again through Telfer. Searching for the byline, and then the cross, it is deflected away, so it will be a corner kick. You still wouldn't like to put any money on which way this game is going to go. Either side might nick it. It could very easily remain the way it is. Telfer, high, easy take for the goalkeeper Castellanos. Carnero. Nothing wrong with that. Peixoto. Flores. Messarina. Messarina testing the keeper. Oh, that was a good safe catch as well by Bonsu, who does get rid of the ball very quickly, doesn't he? Doesn't stand around, just gets it downfield as quickly as he can. It's Ballon laying it on, and the shot from distance from the man who scored at the other end. Cardenas looking to make amends for his earlier mistake, but he puts that over the bar by a yard or two. Goalkeeper just touching his crossbar, but we never even saw the ball in shot there, which tells you how high it was. Boateng. Tego. And again, here's Telfer. Quickly sandwiched between a couple of Peruvian defenders, and away they come with it again. It's Peixoto who sends it long. Intelligent defending by Danso, knowing that the ball back to his goalkeeper would have put a lot of pressure on him. Meantime, there's an injury at the other end of the field, so the referee is going to hold things up for a minute here. Belgian referee having a jog to see what exactly is the problem. David Telfer, I think, asking the referee if he hadn't seen what had happened there, because he felt it should have been a free kick. Well, this is what happened. Cross your legs and look away. Throw in for Peru. Partido launching it in, but easily dealt with by Ansong again. It's coming towards the business end of the game now. Last 17 minutes to play. One more goal could easily win it. Here's Ballon, who looks for that goal, but again can't find the target. Lots of acrobatics from the goalkeeper. They're going to feel a little aggrieved tonight, you would have thought, the Ghanaians, after this, the way they had the players sent off in the first half, and the penalty conceded, although they shouldn't really have any complaints about the penalty. They're a team who came into the tournament feeling aggrieved. That free kick was taken too quickly from the wrong position. They lost in the African Nations Championship against another side who are in this particular championship, Gambia, who come here as African champions. They lost it. A last-minute goal. Gambia shot, the ball was heading in, and the supporter came on and intercepted it, and the referee allowed the goal to stand, and the Ghanaians felt that was wrong, but little they could do about it. But they were angry about it, and they want to put that right by winning this one here. Well, they're being held at the moment by Peru, and they're under a little bit of a threat here as well, because the Peruvians are attacking with a bit of flair and a bit of style. That's good play. And it's going to be a throw-in at the end of that. Deserved even more with 15 minutes of the game to go. Messarina might be late to the stage, but he just showed that he can take star billing if required. Throw-in having been taken, eventually bounced to nothing. Monsu's big boot, sending the ball high and long inside that Peruvian half again. It returns with a little interest, but here now, a chance for Bukhari to try and start to build something. A slip from Tega. Lunging after it as well, so he's given a free kick away. Desperate act of a desperate man, that, wasn't it, that gave that free kick away, which has now been taken, and offside flag has gone up. Bonsu hits it long, headed away by Ramos. Pecciotto. Specchio, a little ball inside for Ballon. Is Carinas. Messarina. Took a deflection, it still worked in again, and Carinas with a shot on the turn. Did the goalkeeper get a hand to it? Yes, he did, because the corner kick has been given. Well, he's doing his best to make up, isn't he? Two efforts now, which have been fairly spectacular. And had it not been for the fingertips of the goalkeeper, maybe that one would have, looking again, it was probably going over anyway, but it's going to corner kick here. Goalkeeper was collided with, and almost left his goal unattended, and he's gone down injured as well here. referee just inquiring as to his health. I think he's okay. And it is a free kick, so the original mid-air collision negated the second opportunity that fell the Peruvians' way. Even had it gone in, it wouldn't have counted. But the Ghanaians are just a little sloppy here at the moment, handing Peru possession back again. Carnero. Nobody there, bar Boateng. There's Cardenas. Good skip by the referee. Not good play by Especchio. And Adjumang. It's rolled behind Bukhari. He can't recover in time because Mascherino is back there, but his clearance is not the best. Zambrano back to his goalkeeper. Castellanos with a long clearance. Legs up for offside. Well, if it stays like this, then both games in Group A will have finished 1-1. Which means we're back to where we started from. Everybody level after the first round of matches. Remember, 2 teams from each group goes through. Well, they've not given up the chance of trying to win it here, but Especchio not able to bring it under control. There's your shots tally so far. Peru have managed 10, Ghana just 2 shots more with 12. Here's Adjumang. Now, can Ghana create something here? That's a good ball towards Bukhari. Just rolled away from him. Recovery tackle is from Zambrano. Forward to Especchio. Out of play. Took a bang for his troubles there, did Cristian Ramos. Didn't need any treatment, but he has given away the throw-in. And Song to take it. Back towards Quarty. Here's Quarty again. Hitting it hopefully. And it's been chased hopefully as well by Bukhari, but just bounced away from him. Tried to scramble back into position, but Castellanos was quickly there to snap it back for his side. Tego wins the free kick. Peru, I think, are going to make another substitution as well before this match is out. Carlos Ilias. Free kick Ghana's way. Again, they are creeping ever closer to where they want to be. They are arriving in numbers as well inside the penalty area. Here it comes. And there it went, headed away by Jose Mascherino. Boateng to take the corner. Ghana will be lifted here by the opportunity that's presented, but they can't turn it into any kind of meaningful chance. And now Cardenas can bring it forward. Oh, a better ball than that would have sent Chavez on his way. They'll have to content themselves only with a throw-in. Mascherino launching it long. There's Chavez. 7 minutes to go. Chavez hauled down. Can Peru find a way through from this situation? There's Elias as the free kick is delivered. Away off the defender, so it'll be a corner. Carreras is across to take it. He's been a busy figure. Too busy from his side's point of view, having scored that own goal, but otherwise he's done a lot that's been good at the other end of the field, but his corner on this occasion is not the best. It's picked up by Flores. Flores with a ball in, and again it bounces off the head of a defender. Ansung, I think, was the last, and it'll be another corner kick, which Cardenas is hurriedly away to take again. Plays it short and back this time. It'll be Messarina to try and deliver. Not a good ball from him. Tego. Right towards Bukhari. It's a back pass. So Bonsu has to do something about it other than pick it up, and he does it fairly effectively in the end. Bukhari to chase. Here's Zambrano. Puts it out of play, so throwing for the Ghanaians. There's the goalkeeper, who just found himself in a bit of problem. Bit of a sticky moment, but he managed to extricate himself well enough in the end. It's throwing for Peru, in fact. Crossed by Messarina. Plenty of Peruvians in there. It was 4 against 2. And the shot is not hit with anything like the quality it should have been by Ballon. And we're going to get the substitution. Cardenas is the man who finally has to give way. The number 15. The man who will not want to remember this match too carefully, having scored that own goal. And he's replaced by Carlos Elias.
Replaced by play number 10, Carlos Miguel for Carlos Elias.
Cambio para Perú. El jugador número 15 es reemplazado por el jugador número 10.
Touched by Messarina. Elias straight in amongst the action. Here's Bukhari. Back goes Messarina. Ramos. Chavez. Not stopped working all night, Daniel Chavez. Elias and Chavez combining together. Tego handled it. So again, it's in an interesting position that Peru find themselves given the free kick into the final 3 minutes, plus the stoppage time as well. Goal now would surely be decisive. Especchio had a crack in the first half, didn't he? He had the shot as well in the second half that hit the post. I just wonder if he's thinking here now about maybe another long-range effort. He is. Especchio straight at the goalkeeper, Bonsu. Certainly the Peruvians, who seem to be finishing the stronger now, which is hardly surprising. The Ghanaians have been running around for an awful long time with that one-man disadvantage, and seems to be just having its draining effects at this stage. The Peruvians lifting themselves, looking to go for glory. Peixoto. Little shove given by Chavez. Long by Quarti. Here's Telfer. Well played Messerina. Tracked back though by Danso to just prevent any further damage. Here's Bukhari. Now Ansong. What's he got left in his legs that might carry him up this right touchline? Brings it inside instead for Bukhari. Here's Boateng. Well, he was looking for the left ball to Telfer, but it was right behind the back of David Telfer, and again a ball that rather represents the tiredness that both sides are displaying now. David Duncan, I wonder what he thinks about how this game is going at the moment. Whether he'd be content with 1-1 given the fact that he had young Wakaso sent off in the first half and it's been an uphill struggle since. He would have certainly been confident of all 3 points before the game began, but given that handicap, then maybe 1 point would suffice. 3 minutes of stoppage time to be added. We've still got about 45 seconds of normal time to be played yet, so there is still time for one final twist to this game. You never know. Ramos with a header forward. It's going to be picked up by Carnero. Hammered on by Messerina. The substitutes are having a growing influence on the game, given their respective freshness. But it's Ghana who find themselves back in possession. Handball against Apoko Agyemang. Ramos. Here's Messerina. Now it's with Ballon. Chavez. Turned a few corners, then found himself in a cul-de-sac. 3 defenders. Peixoto, they're being urged on now for one final push in what remains of the game. 2 minutes left to play. Messerina. Oh, it's a wild effort, and it's a wild finish. Though it did take a deflection on the way through. That's a little fortunate from Peru's point of view, because that shot from a long way out never really had any chance of beating the keeper, but it took a touch, so it's a corner. So here comes another opportunity. A minute of stoppage time play. Oh, and the goalkeeper almost beaten underneath his crossbar. Just came swirling and curling back in. Look at this for a delivery from Especchio. Keeper did well in the end, just to claw it away. Especchio's here again. Needs another first-class delivery to produce the first-class result for Peru. Especchio. Oh, it's not a bad one, but it's away. Especchio. Back defending is Agyemang. Had a little nip to his ankles as well for his troubles, so it'll be a free kick for Ghana. And maybe that was the last chance, because we've now got just about a minute, and that's all of normal time, and Ghana, I think, now are settling for that 1 point, which has been well earned tonight. They've had to work hard for it, but they might want more than that. Bukhari with a delightful turn. Agyemang. Peruvian crowd are whistling to the referee, wanting him to blow for full time. Easy for the keeper. Chavez, but it's met in mid-flight by Danso. Throw for Peru. Chavez. Messerina, but not time for any further action. Belgian referee blows for the final time tonight, and it remains all square. 1-1, plenty of talking points throughout the game. The sending off of Wakasa, the penalty that led to the strike from Chavez, 1-0 to Peru. And the own goal equaliser in the second half, scored by Miguel Cardenas. But 1-1 is the full-time score at the end of the night here in Trujillo.
Gracias. Muchas gracias.